All right, analysts, let's get right into it. Welcome to this briefing where we are examining exactly how artificial intelligence is completely transforming the global military landscape. Look, today we are stepping way out of the realm of science fiction and looking at the very real, very present technologies that are actively rewriting the rules of engagement as we speak. Whether you're tracking global defense budgets or studying tactical deployments, understanding this strategic shift is absolutely non-negotiable.
Okay, let's pull up our roadmap for today. We'll be covering the AI strategic shift, drone swarms in combat, AI-driven military intelligence, autonomous battlefield management, autonomous weapons systems, and finally, the strategic risks of this new frontier.
Section 1. The AI strategic shift, defining the new high ground.
So to start, we really need to understand that military AI isn't just your standard computer programming anymore. It's about systems that literally learn and decide just like humans do, using highly complex neural networks, deep learning, and computer vision. In the past, a machine just did exactly what you coded it to do. But today, military AI processes its environment, learns from past engagements, and formulates entirely new strategies on the fly. We're talking about machines that interpret natural language, actually see the battlefield, and actively adapt to what's happening.
Modern warfare is at its core an information war. Imagine a human commander trying to read millions of radar pings and thermal signatures simultaneously. It's impossible, right? But an AI digests those millions of data points in a fraction of a second. It predicts enemy troop movements with startling accuracy, and then it synchronizes your own complex combat systems to strike before the enemy even realizes they've been detected. It's a massive, massive tactical advantage.
Moving to Section 2, drone swarms in combat, biological intelligence on the battlefield. Now here's where it gets really wild. These next-generation autonomous drones don't even need GPS to execute search, surveillance, and strike missions. While your traditional drones rely heavily on satellite uplinks and a human pilot somewhere in a trailer, these new systems are completely self-sufficient. They use AI to visually map the terrain below them, memorize it, and navigate right through highly contested, GPS-denied zones. They automatically weave around obstacles and identify hostile targets entirely on their own. No human hand-holding required.
And this brings us to something terrifyingly effective: swarm intelligence. By mimicking the natural flocking behavior you see in birds or bees, these interconnected drone swarms guarantee mission continuity, even when they take heavy casualties. Think of it less like a traditional fleet of aircraft and a lot more like a biological hive mind. If an anti-air battery shoots down 10 drones out of 100, the remaining 90 don't break formation or pause to wait for new orders. The AI instantly redistributes the roles, covers the gaps, and continues the mission relentlessly. Repelling that kind of coordinated mass attack is virtually impossible for traditional air defenses.
Section 3. AI-driven military intelligence, speeding up the kill chain.
In a war of milliseconds, human reaction times simply cannot compete with AI. Take satellite imagery, for example. For decades, human analysts have spent grueling, eye-straining hours squinting at high-altitude photos, looking for subtle changes, like a hidden missile silo or a camouflage tank. Now, AI scans those massive global data sets in the blink of an eye. It detects bases, tracks naval fleets, and flags surface-to-air missile movements instantly. What used to take hours of fatiguing manual labor now takes literal seconds.
And we see the exact same thing on the invisible front line, cyber warfare. AI detects and stops attacks on critical computer networks far faster than any human operator ever could. When an enemy launches a complex malware attack against a military communications grid, humans are just too slow to patch the vulnerability before the damage is done. But AI acts as an autonomous immune system. It conducts real-time network monitoring, detects the anomaly, and neutralizes the threat before a human analyst even gets the alert. It's a real game changer.
Okay, Section 4. Autonomous battlefield management, the ultimate data fusion.
Let's talk about how this looks on the ground. Traditionally, human-controlled tactics deal with the fog of war, fragmented reports coming over the radio, causing delays and forcing commanders to guess. But an autonomous battlefield management system eliminates that fog by fusing unmanageable data into clear intelligence. In Step 1, every drone, satellite, and radar acts as a node, collecting data. In Step 2, the AI fuses that incredibly chaotic data stream into a single crystal-clear map. So by Step 3, the command center isn't guessing anymore. They're just selecting from highly optimized AI-generated strategic options.
Section 5. Autonomous Weapon Systems Cross-Branch Transformation.
We are currently witnessing a massive cross-branch shift. In the Air Force, AI pilots never experience G-force blackouts or fatigue. Their reaction times are literally superhuman. In the Navy, autonomous vessels are conducting tedious, highly dangerous missions like minesweeping or months-long ocean patrols without ever needing provisions or shore leave. And for the Army, AI-driven tanks are navigating treacherous terrain, automatically acquiring targets, and firing with perfect ballistic precision while on the move.
The strategic advantage becomes incredibly stark when we compare the physical limitations of humans against the efficiency of these systems. Look, human operators get tired, they get scared, and they make mistakes under fire. It's just human nature. But autonomous systems, they operate 24/7. They execute complex maneuvers at high speed with drastically reduced error rates. They never need sleep, they don't require morale, and they slash the logistical costs of warfare across the board.
Finally, Section 6, Strategic Risks and Future, the AI Dilemma. Now, despite all these vast operational advantages we've discussed, we have to brief commanders on the very real, severe dangers, especially the frightening loss of human control. An AI doesn't have a conscience, right? So the risk of a system glitching and engaging an incorrect civilian target is a massive operational catastrophe. Plus, if these systems are totally digital, they're highly vulnerable to hacking. Imagine an enemy taking control of an entire drone swarm. And broadly speaking, the sheer efficiency of these weapons is rapidly accelerating a global AI arms race, where nations feel absolutely forced to hand over more lethal authority to machines just to keep pace.
So, the absolutely crucial takeaway here is that future dominance relies entirely on AI, robotics, and quantum computing. It's a permanent shift in power. Historically, a military's might was measured by the sheer size of its standing army, right? 1 million soldiers meant you were a superpower. Well, that metric is basically dead. As this quote highlights, in tomorrow's conflicts, a small nation with vastly superior AI algorithms is going to effortlessly dismantle a massive traditional army of human soldiers.
As you finalize your analysis of this explainer briefing, I want to leave you with a rather provocative thought regarding the ultimate fate of the battlefield. Are we building the ultimate tools to protect ourselves, or are we engineering our own obsolescence by handing the literal keys of war over to algorithms? Keep these strategic shifts in mind as you assess global defense postures moving forward. Thank you for joining this briefing, and keep analyzing.